So ICT himself says that this setup can get you a trade every single day, 100% of the time. Hello everyone, this is Mulham. Today's video is going to be about a setup that ICT introduced a few days ago, and he called it Silver Bullet. If you like my content, I'll appreciate you hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, as well as joining the Discord as we share weekly analysis and live trades. Let's dive in. So ICT says that between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. there's always a trade that you can take between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. So it's a guaranteed, and it can work on the 1 minute, the 30 seconds, and the 15 seconds. But for me, I'll go with the 1 minute. I tried to implement this setup and make it similar to my other setups. This doesn't necessarily mean that's how ICT traded, but this is what I noticed working based on my short backtesting on EU and GU. So this is only my setup that I could put together based on ICT knowledge. So basically, price was moving this way, creating some liquidity here. There's a liquidity here. This one was taken before 10. So what I want to see is price taking either this liquidity or this liquidity. I just want price to take one liquidity, and then there's always a room for the price to go the other way. So if price takes this liquidity right here, there is a space for price to come here. So there's a space for price to come down. And similarly, so if price sweeps this low, it also can go up to take this liquidity here. So what I want to see is price taking liquidity. Let's say this one right here. So price takes the liquidity, and it's always what we do, okay? So we want to wait for a change of character, which is here, and then we enter on a fair value gap or any other thing. But ICT trades on fair value gap, especially for this setup. But for us, we can take balanced price range, we can take a breaker block, we can take a fair value gap, but mostly I want you guys to focus on fair value gap on this setup, because that's what ICT does. So your stop loss is here, and then what do you target? You target the liquidity, which is right here. As simple as this. I want you guys to focus on fair value gaps now, and then after that you can try the balanced price range or any other entry type, and then you target this liquidity here, or any liquidity, maybe this one, with this one, any of them. So as simple as this. You want to enter your trade between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. So for this specific setup, we need to have an indicator for the sessions, and I would recommend this one, FX Market Sessions by Toki. If we go to the settings, we can disable all of them except one, let's say New York, and then just put the time 10 to 11. Remember, it's always New York time zone, so GMT -4. So now a quick example on here. So we do have this liquidity right here. So this high, and then this high, it's not taken. And then at 10 a.m., we can see that the liquidity was swept right here. Where's my change of character? Or right here, actually. This one, it's the same level. So change of character is right here. Now, after change of character, this is my fair value gap. And if you want to go with, let's say, balanced price range, we do have this balanced price range here. See? You can enter on the 50%. You can also use the auto block here. But for us, we're going to use this. You can enter on the 50% or on the beginning of the balanced price range or the fair value gap. Let's say we enter on the 50%. Stop loss just above those highs, and then targeting the first level of liquidity, which is right here. and we see that was clean and taken. So here in this example, what do we see? We see liquidity building here. So this is liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. And then we do have a small imbalance here that was filled here. Then price takes this liquidity, and then so it takes here, goes down, another liquidity taken, but then we do have the change of character right here. So this is my change of character. Now, where's my extreme fair value gap? It's right here. Okay. If you take the balance price range here, it's not gonna get filled. And if you also take the 50% of the fair value gap, I'm not sure, but it's here. I think it was filled. So here, stop loss only here, and then targeting, let's say, the first target is right here. It's already 4-1. So another examples on ES. The previous examples were on EU, but this one is on ES. So we do have the liquidity sweep here. See, and another liquidity sweep also right here. So now change of character is right here, pure risky. Well, that's my main change of character. But some people will take it from here. It's all good. Now, where's my fair value gap? Extreme one. It's this one. It was partially filled, but if you are using the threshold, 50%, mostly you're not filled. So stop loss right here, you're not filled. Then you can see you get filled here, and then price goes down. It's a little bit long trade, and it takes a lot of time, but this is just an example. So if your rule says that you can't hold those long trades, then forget about it.
To finish it up, there are a few points that I noticed while backtesting. First, liquidity sweep is almost guaranteed at this time period. Almost every time you will see price react from a liquidity sweep to the other side. This takes us to the second point, which is there is no valid change of character every time. A lot of time, price will react aggressively and may only give a change of character on a different time frame other than the one you're using. So, you may create a setup for risky entry without change of character. And finally, you can use this time period but implement your own setup on it. If you guys find the video helpful, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, please. We'll see you in next video.